Good evening and welcome to Doordarshan Kendra Kohima. I am Zijinga Mehta with the news. First, the headlines. Nagaland observes International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women. President Draupadi Murmu says collection of revenue is critical for nation building. Chief Minister Nipio Rio emphasizes the need to strengthen One Crop, One Village initiative. And State Bank of India says new labour codes will drive economy by generating 77 lakh new jobs. And now the news in detail. Nagaland observed the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women at the Capital Convention Centre, Kohima today, organized by the Department of Social Welfare in collaboration with Nagaland State Rural Livelihood Missions and SRLM. Chief Ambassador of the He for She campaign and advisor for social welfare, Wangpang Konyak, formally launched the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence in the state and inaugurated Nagaland's first gender resource center. Addressing the gathering, Konyak expressed concern over the rising cases of violence against women in recent months and called it a collective wake-up call for society. He stressed that gender-based violence is a human rights issue, urging men and boys to become active allies through the He for She pledge and break the culture of silence. He also commended Mission Shakti functionaries and SRLM for expanding gender resource centers to 7 new rural development blocks and highlighted the newly inaugurated center as a safe space for survivors and a hub for training communities and institutions. During the event, keynote address was delivered by Secretary and AHOD Social Welfare Department Lima Wabang Jamir, while Director Social Welfare Department Toshili Jimomi chaired the program. A short video on legal provisions for women and children and services of Mission Shakti was also screened.
Join the He for She pledge. Stand up when you see wrong. Speak out when jokes turn cruel. Intervene when a sister, wife, or a daughter is in danger. Change begins with us and within us. To every woman in Nagaland, you are not alone. The government of Nagaland, Mission Shakti, the Department of Social Welfare, and thousands of men like me are working beside you.
Dimapur observed the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women Day today at Town Hall, marking the global launch of 16 days of activism against gender-based violence campaign. The program was organized by Nagaland State Commission for Women and SCW in collaboration with Dimapur District Administration and District Hub for Empowerment of Women, DHEW Mission Shakti. This year's global theme, Unite to End Digital Violence Against All Women and Girls, underscores the growing threat of online abuse faced by women and girls worldwide. Delivering the theme address, Supreme Court Advocate Vrinda Grover described violence against women as both a global crisis and a pressing national challenge, including in Dimapur. She emphasized that the 16 days of activism offers an opportunity to examine the roots of gender-based violence and called for collective responsibility in improving India's standing in global gender safety indicators. True development, she said, lies not in GDP but in ensuring that every individual, irrespective of gender, identity or caste, can live with equality and constitutional freedoms. Citing global trends, she pointed out that 73% of women journalists experience online violence and girls as young as 14 years face cyber harassment. Deputy Commissioner Dimapur, Dr. Tina Jongshi Chang, officially launched the Unite campaign and said the day serves as a reminder of a global crisis and a call to conscience. During the program, a poster campaign was launched by the Deputy Commissioner and handed over to Dimapur District Auto Drivers Union President Tito Yaptami for wide dissemination.
It commences on 25th of November, that is today, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and it ends on 10th December.
Moving on, President Draupadi Murmu today said that the collection of revenue is critical for nation building. Addressing the officer trainees of Indian Revenue Service of the 76th batch in New Delhi, the President highlighted that this revenue funds infrastructure, education, health and social welfare. During the meeting, President Murmu underlined that the tax collection should be a smooth process with minimum discomfort to the taxpayer. The President further said that the officers are sentinels of India's economic frontiers, protecting the country against smuggling, financial fraud and illicit trade, while simultaneously facilitating legitimate commerce and global trade partnerships. Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal today said that 29 labour laws have been simplified and grouped into 4 labour codes to minimize paperwork and reduce approval requirements. Speaking at the National Trade Leaders Conference in New Delhi, he said the new labour codes promote better labour practices, ensure occupational safety for workers, guarantee minimum wages at the national level and extended social security benefits, including for gig workers. The minister further informed that 275 to 300 provisions are expected to be removed through the upcoming Jan Vishwas Bill 3.0. He said the government is also considering a pilot project for a single license systems for traders at local body and state government levels to streamline regulatory process. Let us now take a short break. Stay with us.
Don't worry.
फीस तो देखो।
क्या हाल है? क्या हुआ? हाँ,
फीस की टेंशन।
राहुल का बैंक अकाउंट तो है ही। रास्ता क्लियर। बैंक से जरूरत भर के हिसाब से स्टूडेंट एजुकेशन लोन इजीली मिलेगा और उसमें भी 4 लाख रुपए तक। नो कोलैटरल। वो कहाँ है? मिठाई।
आरबीआई कहता है
करो सही शुरुआत, बनो फाइनेंशियली स्मार्ट।
Welcome back to the news. Chief Minister Nipurio launched the coffee table book of the 24th Dr. T. Ao Inter-District Football Trophy during the Kohima District Planning and Development Board meeting come Advent Christmas held at Pezu Resort, Tuapema Village yesterday. The publication captures the journey of the tournament and honors the contributions of players, coaches and officials who have shaped its history. The meeting, chaired by Deputy Commissioner Kohima B. Hanok Buchem, also reviewed several agenda items, including detailed assessment of the Chief Minister's One Crop, One Village initiative. Addressing the gathering, the Chief Minister welcomed members to his native village and reflected on Tuapema's history, noting that its ancestors migrated from Chechama. He recalled stories of early settlers, including his father and several villagers who served in the army and were recognized as World War II veterans. He emphasized the need to strengthen the One Crop, One Village initiative and expressed satisfaction with the progress of cluster farming, observing that commercial viability improves when villages grow selected crops collectively. He encouraged the promotion of avocado and persimmon, informing the board that 12,000 avocado sapling has already been distributed, and urged expansion of coffee cultivation, particularly in the northern areas where Nagaland's coffee is gaining demand for its aroma, flavor and organic qualities. Rio reminded the gathering to work with the resources the land provides, emphasizing that Nagaland's soil is fertile and ideal for organic production. The implementation of the new labour codes will significantly boost the economy and reduce the unemployment rate in the country. According to a report by the State Bank of India, the new labour codes could reduce unemployment by up to 1.3%, which would translate into additional employment generation of 77 lakh. The report highlighted that the implementation of the new labour codes, which came into effect on the 21st of this month, will increase the share of formalization in the labour force by at least 15%, pushing total formal workers to 75.5% from the current estimated share of 60.4%. The report also pointed out that social sector coverage could rise to 85%, strengthening the country's labour ecosystem. The report stated that with a saving rate of 30%, the reforms could result in a consumption rise. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today hoisted the Dharma Dhwaja on the spire of Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Temple in Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh. Thus marks the completion of the temple's construction and the ushering in of a new chapter of cultural celebration and national unity. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister said that this flag represents the renaissance of Indian civilization. He said this sacred flag will stand as a testament that truth ultimately triumphs over falsehood. The Prime Minister said that democracy is in the DNA of this country. He said that the central government is working for the upliftment of each and every person, particularly the marginalized sections of the society. He said Ram does not discriminate and the government is also moving forward with the same spirit. He urged the citizens to embrace inclusivity as the nation advances towards becoming Viksit Bharat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said wounds and pain of centuries are healing as a 500-year-old resolve is finally being fulfilled with the formal completion of the Ram temple in Ayodhya. Talking about the Ayodhya city, Modi said Ayodhya is becoming the backbone of Viksit Bharat and it will witness the confluence of spirituality and modern technology in the coming years.
As historic, highlighting the significance of Dharma Dhwaj.
केवल एक ध्वजा नहीं, ये भारतीय सभ्यता के पुनर्जागरण का ध्वज है.
Meanwhile, the inaugural function of the 5th Interdepartmental Sports Meet was held today at Indoor Badminton Stadium, Twengsang. Addressing the inaugural function, Deputy Commissioner Twengsang, Litrongla Tongpi Rutsa, appreciated the organizing committee for their efforts in organizing such a tournament in the district. She stated that it is a social gathering for all the departments in the district to get to know one another and to showcase their talents and promote physical fitness. Meanwhile, SP Twengsang Longpok Sang Lamter, in his brief note, encouraged the participants to carry forward the spirit of games and to foster understanding and coordination among the government employees in serving the people of the district. All the departments of Twengsang participated at futsal, carom, badminton and table tennis. And now let us take a look at the weather reports of the district headquarters of Nagaland.
Kohima today recorded a maximum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 8 degrees Celsius, while Dimapur had a maximum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 13 degrees Celsius. Wokha experienced a maximum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 12 degrees Celsius. Mokokchung had a maximum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 10 degrees Celsius. Mon had a maximum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 14 degrees Celsius. Towards the east, Twinsang had a maximum temperature of 15 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 6 degrees Celsius. Zinebuto had a maximum temperature of 19 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 9 degrees Celsius. Phek had a maximum temperature of 16 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 6 degrees Celsius. That's all for the weather report.
And to wrap up the news, here's a recap of the main points. Nagaland observes International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women. President Draupadi Murmu says collection of revenue is critical for nation building. Chief Minister Nipio Rio emphasizes the need to strengthen One Crop, One Village initiative. And State Bank of India says new labour codes will drive economy by generating 77 lakh new jobs. And with this, we have come to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for watching. Good night.